Welcome back to another episode of Business Breakthroughs, where I get the opportunity to interview business owners who have continued to grow their business and achieve success, but not without some breakthroughs. So today we're going to hear from my good friend, Nicole Crocker, who owns Small Business Marketing Solutions. They're based in San Diego, California, but serve clients nationwide. So welcome, Nicole.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
I'm excited that you're here too. So fun. What I always like to ask first is tell us a little bit more about what brought you here, because this is not your first business. So let's have a little background.
Yeah, it's actually my fourth company, but it's the first that I've taken the lead on, which is kind of an interesting story in itself. We started our first company in 2011, and my husband was the visionary entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. I was supporting him. I was the integrator.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an amazing experience. And I remember one day telling him, "This isn't my dream. I don't want to be a business owner. What are we doing?" And I watched him, and we grew this company from, a team of 4 to a team of 40. We went from $200,000 a year to $10 million a year. And I was like, well, maybe I do want to be a business owner.
Actually,
this is fun.
Yeah.
And so in 2011, because it's not always fun, I had reached out for some help and was struggling to get help. And I told myself one very specific day, if we make it, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to help other business owners grow.
Yeah.
And so we did make it. And the universe told me it was time. So in 2020, we opened up our company.
Mm-hmm. And now 2020 is a whole other story.
Oh, Lord.
An interesting time to open a company, right?
Yeah.
But I imagine at that time is also when businesses probably really needed your support. So tell us a little bit more about, you talk about that was the construction business that you had, general contractors,
yes.
Correct? Mm-hmm. You and your husband, and you said, in 2011-ish was when there was some struggles there.
Yeah.
I mean, you reached out for help. What kind of help were you looking for?
Ironically, marketing help. Mm-hmm. Okay. There's lots of different marketing types. And I had been in sales and marketing for about 15 years at the time. But I was all in B2B.
Yeah.
And home improvement is B2C. You're selling directly to the consumer. And I didn't have all the experience that I thought I needed. I had gone to college. I had, my marketing experience there, and I had my B2B experience, but it wasn't helpful when I was trying to reach consumers. So I was calling marketing agencies, and I was saying, "Can you help me? I've got the basics, but there's a lot of things I'm missing. Can you help?" And they all wanted $5,000 to $10,000 a month that we couldn't afford. Mm-hmm. And so I had to do what most people do, and I said, "I'm going to dig in. I'm going to figure it out myself." Yeah. And that was the day that I said, if I can figure it out, if I can reach my goals, then I'm going to help others too. Mm-hmm. Because there's a learning curve that you have to go through.
Mm-hmm. Well, in true entrepreneurial form, right? It's the perseverance and determination. Well, it's like, dang it, if I can't find somebody to help me, I'm gonna freaking figure it out until I can find someone who is the right person, right? It's like that knowing enough to be able to hire the right people. And you talk about team too, as far as the construction business, and then even now you have a solid team. And just from what I know of you and being friends and seeing you in action, you have this wonderful leadership style and just an aura about you, which hopefully people can see even through the screen.
Thank you.
But tell me a little bit more about your leadership style and what you think has worked in helping you to engage these people to come with you on these journeys.
Yeah. My leadership style is really digging into what it is that they want to do. Every business owner has their own goals, and sometimes we have a hard time actually expressing what those goals are. Many of us, we just need to have a really good paying job. That is a goal for some of us. Some of us want to ring the bell on Wall Street, which was my husband, right? And understanding what drives those goals and the people who are driving the company helps me lead them to the steps they need to take to reach their goal. So my secret sauce is being able to find out what really is driving them, getting past the surface of what they're telling everybody else and finding out what their real why is, so that I can help them get to where it is that they want to be.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. And then, of course, coming with you along this journey and being part of your vision and your why and where you want to take this business. It's very powerful. You
Thank
have a
you.
great team behind you and great leadership. You can do many things. And I often hear from business owners, I'm sure you hear this too, and because we have, similar clientele, that there's a worry, right? That if I hire someone, they won't be able to do it as well as I can, or that, what if I hire the wrong person, or, things like that. So do you have any tips for business owners who are, whether looking for their first hire or how to continue to engage their current team?
Yeah, you have to have a couple things. You have to have skill, you have to have passion, you have to have opportunity, and you have to know what drives you. So keep the things that you're good at and find the people who have the skill and the passion and give them the opportunity to help you by utilizing their skills. You have to grow with a team. You're not going to be able to do it all on your own ever. It's just not possible. You'll reach a certain point where that's just going to be your cap. And for some people, that's okay. But for many of us, we want more than that. And you have to trust others to do that.
Yeah. It's stay in your lane and delegate the rest.
Yes.
That's right.
Exactly.
So, what do you think would be, you've had 4 companies, right? So what do you think is one of the misconceptions about starting a business?
Oh, gosh, a misconception of starting a business. Well, we all know it's not easy, but it's also not as hard as we make it be.
Great point.
When you start a company,
have to be
it doesn't
as hard.
have to be. Yeah. Hire a business coach, hire a marketing consultant, make sure you're getting guidance from people who have been there. Because the ones that struggle the most are the ones that are trying to do it all themselves and banging their head against the wall because they're spending so much time researching online that they could have a conversation with somebody who's been there that can guide them and save them a phenomenal amount of time, energy, effort, money.
Burnout, same from burnout.
Yeah.
Right. That's starting a business is easy, right? It's like just go register your business, right? Or wherever you're watching, maybe it's a $40 fee or whatever that is. But then it's the growing of the business that could be easier with the right advisory is what you're saying.
Exactly. Get help with that mindset because every business owner has hurdles with mindset that you don't even know are coming until you reach them.
Yeah.
And you've got to have somebody on your side helping you through that.
So, the title of this is Business Breakthroughs, right? And whether it's the 2011 example or whatnot, can you share a time in one of your businesses where you had a significant challenge and how you got to the other side?
Yeah. I serve family-owned businesses and we had four family-owned companies. And there was a time when I had to let go of a family member. And can't say it went well.
Yeah.
I can't say that you recover from that completely. And so how do you get through that? It's with your mentor, it's with your coaches, it's with your family, it's through communication. And sometimes it's through pivoting and restructuring. And that's something I had to do. And you do come out the other side. It is hard as heck, but you do come out the other side as long as you know what your why is and you keep pushing forward and you follow your roadmap.
I was actually, one of my follow-up questions was going to be, what made you keep going, right? That it sounds like that was a significant release of someone, and family. That's a whole other conversation.
Oh, you've got love and family and heartache and money, and it's tough when you marry it all together.
Yeah, exactly. And so, making that difficult decision and having a difficult conversation, it sounds like there was a shift even in your business structure in releasing that person or position. So you mentioned your why, and when I talk to my clients, where you come to this point where it's like it's so hard, and you want to just throw it all in and go work at Starbucks, and then of course you have other issues if you go work for somebody else or whatnot. But so it's what is it that pushes you forward, that gets you through that break apart to the breakthrough? So for you, what is that why? What is it that helped you keep moving forward? And like, we're going to figure this out. We have to figure this out.
It boils down to survival, right? When it comes down to it, we want to survive. And my mission statement was to support visionary business owners. That's one of my whys. My other why is that it's my turn to support my family. You know, I have a lot of people know I have a husband who's got a degenerative disease. He carried our family. He was the visionary leader. It's my turn. It's his turn to take retirement.
Yeah.
And now I'm the leader of the family. And when you're the leader of the family and you know that your why and your purpose is to support your family, and that's your core,
Yeah.
then you keep going.
That's
You
right.
just keep going. And I would say marrying it with something that's personal for you, but then also marrying a why that's for the public is when you can pair those things together, it really does keep you going. But write those things down, refer to them frequently. I make every decision by looking at my business plan and my whys and saying, does this align?
Yep. I love that. Yes. Yes. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that. You know, it's people go on social media or they go to networking events or whatnot, and they hear speakers and they hear about all of the success, right? And it's that behind the scenes, that vulnerability, the challenges that people go through, and knowing that you're not alone, and that there is, just like you said, there is something on the other side, and just maintaining like, why does it matter? And so I appreciate you saying that. It's very important.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, I know personally, you know, what you and your company do for small business owners, but if you could share a little bit more about your services and, you know, some of the benefits of working with you all, as well as how people can get in touch with you, that would be great.
Yeah, so full service marketing agency. We help contractors and home service providers. We also help professional service providers and personal service providers. So outside of, you know, the home, if you're a contractor, plumber, HVAC company, of course, I'm been in that space for 28 years. That's my specialty. But my team also has unique specialties as well. So if you're a chiropractor or a dentist, we can help you too. You know, the digital space, everybody knows about website development and they know about search engine optimization and pay-per-click. You've got to have all three of those things. The magic formula is having them all three working cohesively together. And that's the magic behind what we do is we pair them up. We layer them. I believe in integral or integrated steps. You know what your roadmap is and you follow that path. How people can reach out to me, you know, smallbusinessmarketingsolutions.com is my website. Our mission is to provide affordable services. Lots of folks, you know, what do I want to say here? Sorry. Lots of folks can't afford a full team when they first start. But they have family members or they have a small team that they work with. And when you've invested in that team, you want them to grow with you. And one of the unique things that we do is we offer training as we go so you can build your team.
Great.
I don't want you to replace your team. I want you to optimize your team. I want to be a part of your team for as long as I can be to get you to that next step so that your team can grow on its own.
Yep. To go spread your wings, spread their wings.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and that's pretty powerful because, you know, I haven't heard of marketing agencies that do that, where it's, you know, we're with you for the long haul, and that's a model as well. But the fact that you're taking this in a different way, where it's empowering them to be able to, of course, know as much as they need to hire the right people, whether internally or outsourced to you. But that's it's very empowering. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Right. All right, cool. And then make sure that you follow Small Business Marketing Solutions also on social media. She's always got great tips and blogs and stories. And, you know, I love hearing the success stories as well, because you really show like the things that you're doing work and how they all come together, and having that fractional marketing support until you can get to a place where you can get full time. Is that where we're at?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Great. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Nicole, for being here today. It's great chatting with you. It's like, you know, I'm just chatting with a friend and talking about business. That's exactly what I want this to be. So I appreciate you sharing more about you personally, as well as your journey. And I imagine this will absolutely inspire others. So thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. All right. We'll see you all next time. And be sure to drop in the comments your top BFO, your top blinding flash of the obvious. And we'll see you soon.